Well, hello, everyone. This is Joe. Thank you, everyone that have called in. We're going to go ahead and get started. There may be some other people that join in here as we get going. Wanted to mention to everyone that, the phone call is being recorded and will be distributed later. And I want to welcome everyone else that may be listening at a later time. So, wanted to go ahead and get started. Here we are on the January 23rd, 2012, the beginning of the Chinese New Year, the Year of the Dragon. Lots of changes going on. A lot of them, the majority are that some of you may have been feeling more, say, flow of energy through your systems and so on. And definitely a lot more love present on the earth. And every day that we are moving forward, more and more is being grounded. And we are the ones that are playing a big role in that grounding of all this love. It's through our own willingness to become more aware of our own being. Basically, we are playing the role of the grounding rods, or say the beacons of light here on Earth. So, I thank everyone that are releasing the fear and standing your own power, and really taking the role of being the true beacons of love that you are. So this talk meditation is going to be focused on karma, and also things that could assist you, say, and that you could do for yourself during this time of change, accelerated change. As we continue to anchor more and more light here on Earth, and also within our physical bodies, of course, it brings up the lower frequency energies, patterns, programs to the surface to be released. And it is how fast we are willing to release these patterns, programs, energies, and so on, that we are able to essentially find balance within those spaces after we have released. When we hold on to, say, certain patterns within us, certain fears or lower frequency, say, programs or patterns within us, and we are not really willing to release them, that is when it creates the instability, not that manifests sometimes within the body, or, say, increased emotional roller coasters, or mental instability and unbalanced feeling in one way or another. And so the more that we just take the time to recenter ourselves, become and observe our being and how we are reacting to the environment. Are we reacting to our environment? When I mean environment, I mean our daily lives, with our family, friends, workplaces, what's going on in the world, what is being projected to us or whatever. How fast do we actually, what are we feeling within us that basically is reacting with what is going on in our environment? How fast that we bring balance to our being, basically, when we're encountering new changes. That's what being one with change, basically, or, say, being one in the flow of love or creation really means, is how fast you can adapt to change. And in some other words, you could say being more your own master of self. And when you're a master of your own being to a higher degree, you're also the master of your environment. The environment is not a master of you. It's not, the environment does not control you and or how you are living and or feeling or experiencing the reality. You are a master of it. Therefore, it does not master you. And so that sort of goes into what the focus of today is the karma and some information about karma. And we'll talk for a little while, and then we'll do the meditation that will assist us all in releasing karma and bringing balance to our being by release and also more understanding of seeing the patterns within us that actually create the karmic, say, roller coaster, however you wish to view it. So, as the title of this talk and meditation, it says, being more one with change. And it, of course, we have many different things within this reality that we call 3D, of third density. And one of the interesting things that happened to me recently, and I would like to explain it, because I try my best to explain things in as many different formats as possible and in many different ways as possible. So that way it may, say, be more understood, or say it might just create an aha, okay, finally understand what you're talking about, or it assists you in your own path, basically, in understanding duality consciousness, duality in itself. And when I write a lot of things, I say illusion, the duality of illusion, or fear is illusion, and so on. And I was talking to someone recently that really gave me an idea how to describe this in a different way. Reality that we experience, the trees are real. Our physical bodies are real. The earth is real. There's a lot of things that are real in this reality. And what I'm going to be talking about is the energies of the universe and everything within the universe. And we had a talk about being one with all, let's say being one with the universe in last month's phone talk and meditation, being one with the universe. And so we're just going to talk a little bit more about what being more one with the universe really is, and what non-duality consciousness is. When we are in the state of, say, total dualistic view of, say, our environment, the reason why it's called illusion, it's not because there's, say, darkness or light or good or bad or whatever else. There really is no major, say, polarities as what the perception of these polarities are. Yes, many frequencies of energies exist within the universe, from lower frequency energies to higher frequency energies. It's just the scale of frequencies that basically exist. There's no denying that there is a major, of course, difference in these frequencies. But the dualistic perception of these energies is what creates the levels of dualistic views. And it's up in our own personal being. We have our I am presence exists on the 8th dimensional level of our being. And it is in this space of 8th dimensional levels, our I am presence, Everything below that level is, in our ego consciousness, exists in the bottom three, the first three chakras. So it's the ego that basically sees everything as major polarity. The ego is what creates fear, judgment, and the lower frequency energies of that. It also sees the reality as, major polarities. So the more that you actually integrate your higher levels of your own being, say, and the integration of your I am everlasting self instead of the mind of the ego that we have been conditioned and also lived in here on earth in this third density for so long. The more say, your eternal light that you integrate, the more that you're integrating the knowledge and light that has less and less of a dualistic view of the reality and energies that exist. So as you are integrating, say, more of your eternal light, of your I am presence and so on, it's not that the energies within the universe change. Your perception of the energies in the universe, essentially your perception of them, is what changes. So what has been said many times regarding oneness, being one with the universe, letting go of the illusion, as it's been described many times, an illusion of, say, fear or duality or separation. What this is the letting go of the patterns and the perception of the energy that does exist. It's letting go of the fear of the other energies that exist within the universe, within your own self. Every single person on earth is one with the universe already. We are all one with the universe. So by letting go of the separation, letting go of the fears and all of the programs and patterns within our own being that continually comes back every single day when we're walking in our daily life, that lives in this pattern of dualistic perception, always struggling and or fighting with something else within the universe, be that an energy, another person, and taking a side like a polarity as far as that goes. When we embrace all energies within the universe, we are really embracing all the energies within our own self. And the easiest way in order to integrate that knowledge is through loving and letting go of all separation within your own being. And when we do that, we are simultaneously becoming more one with all that exists within the universe. And karma is the same thing as, in a lot of different ways, as duality. Because with karma, it's balance. And as I just described, in order to, say, live your life in a state of, say, balance with karma, and or where you're not living, say, a life of a major roller coaster of what many people have been viewed as good karma, bad karma. I don't want to create bad karma, so I'm going to be fearful of doing something else. In effect, basically, that looking at that from another direction of what I described as being one with everything in the universe, that creates polarity. It creates separation. It creates, and that is what duality is. So, looking at these levels, the more the eternal light of your own I am self, that of course is beyond the capability of comprehension that the ego consciousness knows. It exists through your own heart. The more love that you integrate, the more, say, connection you have with your own I am God self, letting go of the fears, letting go of the separation, living in a state of balance with all energies that you come in contact with in your daily life, not just in some meditative state or something you do a couple hours a week. It's a matter of being in balance with the environment within your daily living life. When you're integrating the love, you are automatically radiating it out. You are becoming more and more one with the universe. When you do this, you create an environment of less and less karmic roller coaster, or say karmic backlash. With any type of energy that and or thing that we create within this environment, especially in a dualistic format of when we have the intention and or view of the universe as separate in some way, it, a lot of people might take that view as, well, what about dark energy? Dark energy exists in the universe. Light energy exists in the universe. And there's many shades of gray and light and other colors and everything else in between. It's not that when you let go of all duality that you become the darkness. You let go of the separation from the energies of that because you are already the energies of darkness, light, gray, blue, red, and everything in between. It's when you integrate that knowledge and perception of the universe at that time, you can then choose to be any shade of light that you wish. It's your choice. But when you have the dualistic view of complete, say, opposite view of darkness, and you do not wish to anywhere tread close to it, and you only want to say that's the same view as good karma, bad karma. I only want good karma, and all you do is focus on this intention. It's all intention and how you view the universe. It's how you create the karmic backlash or karmic roller coaster, or however you wish to view it. So, karma in a different way. You could look at this to imagine that you had a rubber band tied around your waist. And this rubber band, say, is tied to the center of the earth. Okay? And you go and do something, but of course you're going to be pulled back, and or you might be pulled in one direction or another based on your view of where the rubber band is attached. The pull that you are, the opposite pull that you are creating. Just as, say, a view of something you are holding against someone else, anger against someone else or something. You're holding on to the anger of something. It stays with you over a period of days. You have the choice to release it or not. It may stay with you for a few months or even years. of holding anger against somebody or something. But the longer that cord essentially comes from that creation of the anger and how long it spans out, there's still a rubber band attached to you from that moment of creation. So it's still going to pull you back to that same energy, one way or another. That anger in itself may manifest within you in some way. Emotional, it may come out at a later date as a physical manifestation, being sick or something else, to assist you. Your own I am self is trying to assist you in releasing what you were holding on to bring balance within you. Here's another example. In a previous life, just to give an example of somebody that might have, say, had a knife stuck down through their hand in a previous life. Then all of a sudden in this life, they remember this traumatic experience. It comes out to them in one way or another. When they were in a meditative state, all of a sudden they had this feeling, the shock, and they seen a vision of a knife sticking in their hands. The reason why necessarily it's still a lesson, it still has to be released. It's not necessarily the reason why you had the knife in the hands. I'm not describing this that there may not be any other possibilities, but you could look at it this way, that it could be the anger that you were holding on to for the person that stuck you in the hand. And when you are presented with the picture and reliving that feeling of the knife in the hand, and you might be seeing that image, the simple forgiveness of not only yourself, but maybe the person that stuck you with the knife automatically will release the karmic experience. From that day, it's no longer with you. It's the same thing and or same example of the reason why some people are where we might be faced with different things in dream state when we go to sleep at night. If you're faced with the same pattern of going back into some fearful environment, it may be just the fear, of course, conquering the fear of that environment. It may involve just forgiveness of what is involved in that environment. And through the forgiveness and the releasing of the fear of whatever it is, if falling or some traumatic event happening to you or whatever else, it releases those ties. It releases the rubber band from your being, from those ties and energies that you've been carrying through, not only it might be through this life, but from even past lives into this life. Some people might say, oh, I'm just working off my karma. Well, any single person has the choice to release all karma within their being at any time. It's a matter of just doing it and focusing on it and really looking within and going through your being and radiating forgiveness, making the intention, releasing the fears within you. The other thing we were talking about just a second ago about the illusion of, say, duality perspective of what maybe our ego consciousness does with the universe and the separation of, say, seeing everything in a total dualistic view. The same thing goes for the karma patterns. I just sort of lost my step there for a second. Sorry about that. But the main part about going into these, say, the pulling of the energies from the past into the present, and how the rubber band acts, and that you have the choice to release these ties and or, say, these rubber band effects of the karma, is to look at the patterns for which creates the karma. Look at the patterns for which creates the anger and the fear. When releasing, and you could describe this as the releasing of the patterns within your own being that creates the fear, and is the same thing as releasing the karmic patterns within you. The more the karmic patterns within you are you releasing, essentially you're bringing balance within your being. You're moving into more oneness. You're moving into more solidarity and oneness with all energies on the earth. You're moving in peace and harmony with the environment. The environment is not controlling you. You are controlling it because you are one with it. When you are one with something, you control it. It does not control you. So it doesn't really matter what form of energy it is or what frequency of energy it is. If you're one with it, it cannot affect you unless you allow it to affect you. So the same thing is with duality views, karmic creation, and how it actually pulls back like a rubber band, and how the levels within our being creates karma to where we learn to release it. And how we release things in most cases is through letting it go, letting go of the patterns, and forgiving, radiating the energy of forgiveness, not only to maybe the people and or things that created a traumatic event for us or something that we're viewing within reality, is just radiating forgiveness. Everyone is learning in their own path. They can learn in their own way. Some people need more, say, of a roller coaster experience in this reality to learn more. Without the roller coaster and the hurdles that we are presented with in this reality, we would not be going through expansive learning and growth into, say, more love. So the other part about the forgiveness and the other energy associated with that is gratitude. When we are thankful for our own being, it brings balance within us. And again, as I was saying, karma is balance. If we have balance within, we have balance throughout. And gratitude and forgiveness of self means that we'll be radiating forgiveness and gratitude throughout. So you could actually look at your day and look at your own life and the time of the, say, illusion of time. And that's what I was getting ready to say a little bit ago that I lost track of. Is the illusion of time, just as there's illusion of, like, fear. Because every single thing exists within this present moment. just like you can experience karma from a previous life into this life, is because we held on to it and brought it into this life so we can forgive and bring balance. The same thing with time. We get caught up in the rubber band effect of being out of the present moment. If our consciousness is continually focused in the past, we're bringing the past into the present. If we're continually focusing on the future, we're not balanced within the present, and we're bringing that energy or whatever we're focusing on, anxiety of what's going to happen, the unknowingness of what's going to happen. In effect, that anxiety, that energy of out of balance actually creates energetic instability, or you can say a roller coaster or karma, however you wish to do it. And that karma will play out in many different ways. That energy pull, because you're out of your center. Everyone is centered in the present moment. Everyone has the choice, though, to focus out of that center. And when you're focused out of the center in one way or another, out of the collective whole of the universe, that's where the karmic pull, the instability of growth happens. And the more we learn, that's the reasons why it's in place, for us to learn, to integrate more of our own love, to move out of that space and be master of the environment, not the environment to be the master of us. So within the gratitude, it's just being thankful that you have this physical body to experience this reality in, as an example. Being thankful that you have a voice to be able to speak. Thankful that you have ears to listen, eyes to see, lungs to breathe. And then when you look outside of yourself, there's trees on earth that create the oxygen. There's many, many things that we could be thankful for. The more that we are thankful for our own being and all levels of our being, the more thanks and gratitude and balance that we reflected in throughout. So what we're going to do now is going to go into the meditation. And the meditation itself is going to involve the releasing of karma and the bringing of balance and clearing out some of the patterns and or things that you might have been holding on to that's creating more of, say, the energetic backlash that some may experience, and radiating the energies of forgiveness and gratitude. So, everyone just get comfortable where you are. Take some deep breaths, 3 or 4 deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. In this meditation, we're going to be working with Kuan Yin. She is the queen of karma, or say one of the main board members of the Karmic Council. She's going to be assisting us with the releasing of the karma, and also the Buddhas of forgiveness and gratitude to assist us in anchoring the energies of forgiveness and gratitude within our being. As Kuan Yin is saying, and as I have mentioned a little bit about in my talk there when I was describing things, is that we are not only the creators of our own karma, we are also the ones that hold on to it. When we hold on to our own karma and the patterns of self-disempowerment or fear or anger on others or anything else within the universe, it's what creates the unbalance. But you can bring balance to yourself and release all the karma within you and you've been carrying simply by your own will to do so. And it is this time on earth, major releasing of the collective karma is being done. The energy grids on earth and the energy patterns of love are radiating through the veins of Mother Earth. It is this love that is radiating through the veins of Mother Earth, and all the grids are automatically transmuting the energies of karma of all that are wishing to release it. And once you release your karma, then you have the choice to walk from that day and live in those energies, say out of the dualistic view of the roller coaster or the separation that creates the dualistic, or you say the karmic magnetic pulls, or however you wish to call it, to where it's pulling in one direction or another. We each have the choice to release these energies at any time that we wish, and then we can live from that state of balance from that day. If we release the patterns within us and have the willingness to release these patterns, we can walk in balance no matter in what type of environment that we are faced with in our daily lives. So now I radiate out and ask the upstairs team of love to work through these phone lines, that there is no outside interference in any way regarding these phone lines and connections, that all is in alignment with our highest good and divine will. All is released in alignment with everyone's highest good and divine will of their I am presences. Let's take a couple more deep breaths. I'm now going to fill the space of everyone that hears my words with the silver violet flame, radiating, 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 out through the levels of your being and out to the outer reaches of the energy system of your physical body, so that all levels of your physical body, your light bodies, are encompassed with the silver violet flame. that all energies released in the silver violet flame are automatically transmuted into love without conditions. I now state to the Buddhas of forgiveness and gratitude to station themselves on each side of you at this time. On one side of you is the energies of forgiveness. On the other side is the energies of gratitude. And the Buddhas of forgiveness and gratitude to be radiating the pure divine love without conditions of the light of forgiveness and gratitude through the levels of your being, all in alignment in your highest good and divine will throughout this meditation. Now I state to Kuan Yin. And Kuan Yin is going to station herself in front of you. If you're sitting, just in front of you, standing or sitting, however you wish to see her. If your feet are out in front of you, she is just at the base of your feet. It is with the assistance of Kuan Yin. She's going to assist each one of you individually in alignment with your highest good and divine will of releasing all karma that you wish to release at this time, that no longer serves you, and you wish to be transmuted into love without conditions at this time. Take a breath. Now see in front of you, between you and Kuan Yin, a crystal table, a crystalline table made up of the light frequencies of violet and pink mixed together. It's a crystalline table that's just between you and Kuan Yin. It is on this table that you are going to place all patterns, all programs, fears, anything that comes to you to release as we're doing this meditation onto the table. Onto this crystalline table of violet and pink love. Radiating, radiating, radiating. All energies that hit that table or that you lay upon that table are automatically transmuted into light and dissipated through all dimensional levels of your being and throughout all timelines. Taking a deep breath. Looking within your own being. Stating to yourselves out loud or to yourselves if you wish. I forgive myself of all karmas in the past and or future. I bring in alignment and balance. All energies within my being now. I release all that no longer serves me now. Now, going back into more detail, we're going to look back in to any past lives within you have experienced that may have carried over any kind of karmic pattern, any type of energy, anger that needs to be forgiven. Hereby place your right hand on your heart. And state out loud or to yourselves now, I forgive, I forgive, I forgive all energies that I have held on to until this point in my creation. Now place your right hand on the crystalline table in front of you. Onto the pink, vibrating pink and violet table of crystalline light. And by doing so, all those energies from all past lives that you've carried over to this point are hereby transmuted to light now. Take a deep breath. Now looking within your being, any other anger that comes up within you to anyone, anger with self, your own self, anger with others, anger to the universe, or any other anger that you feel within you, grab your hand on your heart at this time. Feel those energies being released. Take your hand now and place it on the crystalline table that sits in front of you at this time. And as you place your hand on the table, all these energies of anger, in accordance with the will, your own will, and highest good and divine will of your I Am Presence, as you place your hand on the table, all these energies of anger and or resentment from any past creation of yours that you wish to release at this time are hereby transmuted to light now. Take a deep breath. Placing your right hand back on your heart again. All patterns, karmic patterns, fearful patterns, anger patterns, resentment, separation from self, that you wish to release at this time It is through your own willingness of being one with all that is, and all one within the universe of light, one with your own self. Dig down deep. Grab it with your hands. Release all that you wish to release at this time to bring complete balance within your being in all ways and manners. Grab it within your own hand. All anger, all fearful patterns, all programs, codes that no longer serve you in alignment with the highest good and divine will of your I Am presences. Take your hands now and place them on the crystalline light table of pink, love, and violet. And as you do so, all those energies, codes, programs, and patterns are hereby transmuted to light. Now. Infinitely through all dimensional levels of your being and all timelines. Now. Take a deep breath. Putting your hand back on your heart. Now looking at any present in creations that you currently have and ties that you have to the future. Ties of fear, of the unknown, fear and of any way, of your own creation, or the combined one of the universe of all love. Anything that's currently manifesting, that's in the progress of manifesting, and or just lies ahead of you because of your other manifestations that we have already released. Any of these manifestations, and or any other energy and or thought that is currently coming to you of pattern, of any kind of pattern or karmic pattern that you are fearing in the future. And if you wish to release these patterns and step into your own role of being a light being of love without conditions, in complete harmony and balance with the universe and all that is. Then I take a breath and place all these within your hand that's laying on your heart at this time. You are the creator of these patterns, these fears, these anxieties of what's going to happen in the future. You have the power to release them yourself, as you are the creator of them. Take all these anxieties, all these fearful patterns of what is to come, and simply breathe and lay your hand on the crystalline table again of love. And as you do, all these other programs of anxieties, of what is to come, the fearful patterns that lie and or emotional patterns that's tying you to these recurring energies and or thoughts. And as you lay them, your hand on the crystalline table, all these energies are transmuted to love without conditions in accordance with your highest good and divine will of your individual I Am presences. Now. Take a deep breath. Just feel balance being and flowing through all dimensional levels of your being. Breathe. 2 more deep breaths. And blow everything out and bring balance. As you do, Kuan Yin has been transmuting everything that's been on the tray of the crystalline light in front of you. And the silver violet flame has been radiating out through all dimensional levels and timelines of your being, of all that you have wished to release to this time. The Buddhas of forgiveness and gratitude have been radiating forgiveness and gratitude through all levels of your being, filling all spaces left behind by all those clearings and programs with the energies of forgiveness, the love, and gratitude within your being, all in alignment and the highest good of the divine will of your I Am presences. And all is grounded down into the center of Mother Earth. We're going to do this now. Through your own willingness to let go and be yourself, you essentially ground these levels of your expanded knowingness within your physical being. So with each of your assistants now, we're going, with your imagination, expand that crystalline table that's sitting in front of you, the crystalline love of the pink and the violet light flowing. Expand the size of the table larger and larger. You can change the shape of the table however you wish. We're going to expand the shape of the table till it encompasses, and you wrap the table and or you create that table into a sphere that encompasses the earth and all that exists on the earth at this time. So keep expanding the table out. Past the size of your house, past the size of your state or country that you live in, past out around the oceans, past out around all the countries, all the continents. The pink and the violet light flowing, encompassing the whole earth at this time. It's connected in all 360 degrees of the earth, in all corners of the earth, and all dimensional levels of the earth, which, and of course, includes all energies, beings, and light. So with your own breath, all of the work that you've done to release and bring balance within your own being, the true grounding of this knowledge is not done by anyone else. And or to bring complete balance means in service to all within the universe. It is being in service that you become more knowledgeable of your expanded being and connection with all that exists within the universe. So it is this time, again, with the assistance of Kuan Yin, the Buddhas of forgiveness and gratitude, your own power of light that you are, of love without conditions of each one of you that hear my voice at this time. And you've created and expanded the light of the crystalline table out to encompass the earth. It is this time, with a deep breath, radiate forgiveness to all energies, all forms of beings, in all forms of light that exist within the levels of Mother Earth at this time. Radiate. You can say out loud to yourselves now or within, I forgive you. I forgive you. I forgive you. Take a deep breath. Blow it out. See the energy of your creation flowing around the earth, flowing to all corners of the earth, within all dimensional levels of the earth, to all on the earth in all levels, in all streams, and in all frequencies of light. I forgive you. I love you without conditions. I forgive you. Now with your hand, you just place it out in front of you, facing outwards. And as you are doing so, your hand goes down through that table, down to the center of Mother Earth. And you grounding your forgiveness down into the center of Mother Earth. And when you do so, it automatically transmutes out into all dimensional levels and all corners of the universe. Your forgiveness radiating in all directions of your being. And as you forgive all within the universe and throughout your own creation, you are forgiving yourself in expanded ways. Radiate that feeling you are feeling right now out to the furthest reaches of all directions of yourself now. Just breathe and radiate it. Now bringing in the gratitude. Taking a deep breath. Seeing the encompassing of the earth, of the pink and violet fire of love without conditions, radiating through all dimensional levels of the earth, through all beings in all forms and frequencies. You can say out loud or to yourselves now, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I love you. Thank you. Breathe. See the energy that you are radiating out to all corners of the earth. Radiating on that light stream of the pink and violet through all corners of the universe and all dimensional levels. I thank you. I love you. Now place your hand out in front of you now. And as you are doing so, your hand is going down through the grids of the earth, down to the center of Mother Earth. When you've reached the center of Mother Earth with your hands, say out loud, if you wish, I thank you. I love you. Without conditions. I love you. Thank you. Radiating. Breathe. Seeing the encompassing view now with your thanks that you've radiated down into the center of Mother Earth, is now expanding out through all dimensional levels that exist on Earth, to all beings, to all levels within the universe. Flowing, flowing, flowing. And as you've thanked all within the universe, all within the levels on Earth, and down into the center of Earth, you have thanked yourself. You are thanking yourself on all levels of your being, beyond all illusion, because you are already it. You may feel now the encompassing 360-degree balance that all of that releasing has done, and the integration of forgiveness and gratitude, which have anchored that balance within you and throughout, and you're grounding down into the center of Mother Earth in all directions of yourself. Take a deep breath. Now I ask the assistance of each one of your I Am Presences and God Self monads. Your I Am Presences exist on your 8th dimensional level, and your God Self monads exist on the 12th dimensional level. Light quotants of love without conditions, the Mahatma love without conditions. I ask now your I Am Presences and God Self monads to radiate down into your physical form. As you breathe, higher quotants of Mahatma love without conditions, relevant to each one of you personally, all in alignment with your highest good and all in alignment with your divine will of your I Am Presences. Mahatma love without condition, flowing, flowing, flowing down through the higher dimensional levels of your being, and with your breath integrating in through all dimensional levels of your physical self and grounding down into the center of Mother Earth. Now that you released all that you have released and brought balance, the flow of love is so much easier. You've opened up your own pillar of light to become one with the energies of love, of without conditions, of forgiveness and gratitude. For forgiveness and gratitude are forms of love without conditions. And by doing so and radiating the forgiveness and the love of gratitude, you've integrated and expanded frequencies of love without conditions within your being, which allows the Mahatma love to integrate and flow through you in all ways more easily. Take a deep breath. Know that it wasn't anyone else that did any of these clearings for you. We all have assistance on many levels. Kuan Yin is in service to humanity in all ways and manners, without conditions. The collective consciousness of Earth and or any level within creation does not hold the weights and measures of karmic energies and or energies in any form within your being to you. You hold them upon yourselves. So forgive yourself from this day. And if you would like to take the time from this day to go back into meditation and or wish to release something, know that you have the power to release it yourself. And Kuan Yin is always available to assist you through these releasings. She's always willing to assist you without conditions, as long as you stand in your own power and radiate the power that you have within and have the willingness to release. And if you have the willingness to release and be the expanded light, eternal light that you are of your I am, you have infinite resources available to you to do so. Take a deep breath. I thank the Buddhas of forgiveness and gratitude for assisting us during this meditation and anchoring the energies of forgiveness and gratitude on earth. And from this day, by us living our lives in the balancing energies of love without conditions, of forgiveness and gratitude, we are in turn reprogramming the collective. We are one mind. The more that we forgive ourselves, the more that we are living in that state of forgiveness. Not just our physical self, but our universal self and all that exists within the universal self. Being thankful for our universal self and all that exists within the universal self. We exist together. We play together. We go through hurdles together and we learn together. We love together. We are all love. Let's just wake up to being it. We are already it. All we got to do is just let go of the illusion. So let's do it. Love to all. I thank all that have participated in this meditation, all that listen to it, and all that are willing to walk. You say the talk or live the energies of forgiveness, live the energies of gratitude in our daily lives. It is through this we will bring balance, and we are bringing balance through every single hour now and day that we move forward. As we do so, it allows others to move into the balancing energies of love without conditions. So I thank you all again for participating and being yourselves. And all that have participated in this phone talk and meditation. Namaste.